We usually stay at Walmarts or gas stations because they have cameras, security, and they are always well lit up by lights. We start out by moving everything from the back to the front passenger seat because we like to leave the front driver's seat open in case of an emergency or if we just have to move to a new spot.
Let's be honest. Where you live speaks volumes, right, about the foundation you're built in. How can this be normal? How can someone take pride in this just for what? Clicks? Views? I could understand if you have your principal residence and doing some stunt like this for a documentary and or an experiment. But to make this is where we're living? Are you kidding me? I mean, if this was my daughter, I would be beside myself. How about you? Actually, this is why before someone asks for my blessings to marry my daughter, this better not be the plan. I can assure you this better not be the plan. No, sirree, Bob, it better not be. And so maybe I ask a question and he may say to me, oh, sir, I plan to get married and then live in my car until we can afford to get a van, and then we see what happens from there. Are you kidding me? Not going to happen. I'm not going to give my blessing to that. Would you? But I believe a marriage is a sacred thing. It's important to recognize what this institution means. It's not just something you kind of play around with and you experiment with. There are guidelines to what a marriage should look like. Now, I know we're living in different times than how when I got married and what it meant to be married. But is it any wonder marriage is really losing the effect, the impact, what it's supposed to have today? It's important. Marriage is not a straight line, as some of you have found out, regardless of what you might have thought or heard. It's not a straight line. So what about other questions that are now raised when it comes up about where you live? How do you answer? How do you navigate those things? Well, I know there are times in marriage or in marriages where some sacrifices have to be made, but I'm not sure this is one of them. You know, my many years of working with couples, and I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of couples and multiplied, seriously, hundreds of spouses over the last 2 decades. And I have recognized that what most wives are looking for, you want safety, don't you? What about stability? What about security? Those are high on the priority list of wives that I've worked with and I've helped to navigate this part of their relationship. That doesn't mean luxury, but it should at least mean dignity, right? And honestly, it's hard to have a social life or attend small group when you're ducking behind your dashboard to avoid awkward conversations, awkward questions, awkward comments, right? Question like, so how was your night? Oh, okay. So where are you guys living now? Or, hey, maybe we should come over sometime. Let's plan it. Can you imagine how awkward moments like that would be? If your marriage feels unstable, even if your husband is a visionary entrepreneur, if you feel like you're doing it all and wondering if this is as good as it gets and praying into our dear Lord, when? Maybe your heart is filled. Maybe you're overwhelmed and you have not been self-caring, as I indicated earlier, that there is a path to self-care. And I want to say to you, if you're experiencing any of those things, I want you to join my upcoming webinar, How to Reconnect with Your Husband Without Feeling Like You're the Only One Trying. And when you join, I'm going to give you the link in a few moments. When you join, I want to send you a booklet called Reconnect, a quick guide for wives who feel like they're doing it all. So if you go to buildyourhappiermarriage.com/waitlist, buildyourhappiermarriage.com/waitlist, you can get this booklet. And get on the list, and I can be able to inform you about when the next webinar, so you can be actually show up for that. So if you have not yet subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you can not miss any of the new videos that are released on this channel, and hit that thumbs up button. Now may God bless you and keep you, and make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. And I'll see you on the next video. God bless. Peace out.